Oh my god. Hey gang, we're at the average length of the rest of my long-term campaigns.
Hell yeah.
So sad.
Single tier.
And you know what? Proud of us.
Well, hi.
Hi, are we there? There we go.
Can I talk now?
I mean, it is completely up to you. You're the one that chooses to mute yourself 2 minutes beforehand.
No.
I know. I feel so free now.
No,
Oh,
you
do I
have
have to go
you
back
have
to
to
the
get
cage?
yeah. You have to get at least 3
Okay.
approvals before you can talk.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's why
gotcha.
I submitted Border Dials like 3 weeks ago. So
We're just circling around back to
it
it.
just the holiday it screwed up everything and all that stuff. And
If
I'll
Tam
have
has
my
to
people
submit
talk
things
to you on
for
Maple.
approval, who approves them then?
The
it's my
council.
own,
board.
it's my own anxiety that gets in the way at that point. So
The sad part is she's approving her own. I
Right.
guess.
Doesn't respond
else
right
has
away
to-
either. Leaves herself on
Coolest
red.
thing. Yeah.
Mails it to herself, gets it in the mail, throws it straight in the trash.
I'll get to that later.
This plotline was
Straight
terrible.
into the shredder.
Yeah, you guys have no idea how much stuff I actually just don't ever air online.
Never sees the light of
Just-
day.
I've spent so much on postage, it's fine.
It's like the meme of Lord of the Rings, and then Lord of the Rings if Frodo and Sam had an AK-47.
Yeah.
D&D knowledge, life knowledge, lore. Naked Roll Rats approved.
So just now when Taylor said throw it to the shredder, it made me think. I was like, why? You know, they had like Paper Mario. Why not Paper Ninja Turtles and Shredder's actually a shredder?
Cause that's so
Write that down.
finite.
Write that down.
Ugh, man. Hi everybody. Welcome to Naked Roll Rats. We're gonna play some D&D. Welcome to our second campaign. This is Ties That Bind, a homebrew campaign. I am Tam, your guys' DM. I go by she, her. I play everybody else, and I have to do a shout out. I felt so honored during Jaden's game when there was 17 Tams going around. I was like, yay!
The Council of Tam.
Right, my group likes me, I think. So I have to shout out. It was a good moment all around. So, but yes, hi, that's me. Onward.
Only downhill from here then.
Right.
Hi everyone, I'm Ethan. I play Kaizen, the party's Dragonborn fighter. And both of us go by he, him.
Hi, I'm Tony. I play Nobunori, the thief rogue, and we both go by he, him.
Hi, I'm Taylor. I go by he, him. I'm going to be playing Fumi, the party's moon druid. She goes by she, her.
Hi, I'm Jaden. I'll be playing Ty Wrenching, the party's human great old one warlock. We both go by he, him.
I am Jay. I am playing the party's changeling wizard. I go by he, him. And depending on persona, my character will be going by any and all different gendered pronouns.
Which currently, as we start, are
Currently, as we start, would be she, they.
perfect. Just remembering where I need to put my headspace there. So, beautiful. Way to go, everybody. Not bad after taking a holiday off. I'm so proud. Just before we dive into this, I'm going to do better about doing this announcement at the beginning of the game instead of just at the end. But in addition to this game, we also have a rotating Wednesday game, the untold story of Jaden fill in the blank of the school.
The untold story of Meridian Collegium.
Thank you.
It's a mouthful, I'm aware. I
It's
wanted it
fine.
to be pretentious.
And you did a great job. But I just wanted to at least say the Untold Story once with the name, and then forever henceforth I shall always just call it the Untold Story until I remember it. And so we'll see how many weeks that takes me. But that's a rotating game on Wednesdays, so that's this coming Wednesday, if I remember correctly.
It
yes.
is?
So
Did anybody else
8:30
have a
Central,
panic
same-
this Wednesday?
Yes.
A little bit. I looked at the Discord like not long before it would have been, double checked, and I was like, okay, no one else is in call. I'm probably okay.
I checked like 3 times. I don't know why. I was like, is it this week? I can't remember.
Is it- which day? Yeah, the joys of a bi-weekly game that every single week feels like it's been that, like it's that week already, and
Mhm.
Right.
and everything. But just really quick on that, chef's kiss, Jaden, for your first DM ever. Like, applause. I know that everyone else gave you your flowers previously, but now I get to. So, but yeah, so that will be this coming Wednesday on the 15th at 8:30 Central here, and then we'll do hopefully get back into the swing of things of Saturdays every single week. Now that things have calmed down for holidays and technology and yada yada yada. So, but yeah, that's announcements as of things. Anything else that anyone else wanted to mention before we dive into recap? Cool. On as we left last time, you all had made it into the Fox Den, and were able to convene with the lady of the house, Lady Aki, who you, for various reasons, were coming to bestow a gift upon her of a doll that the local doll maker had made for you after you had supplied the wood from Mansai, to allow for the doll maker to make this, due to Aki having some kind of information for mostly Kaizen, to investigate and such. So while you all had been entertained and had been treated very, very well within the Fox Den while you were waiting for Lady Aki, you're all looking like super fresh and super clean and super professional, and ready and prepared to meet the lady. She had entered in and said that you all had a gift for her, and so that is where we will be starting with. Currently, again, Lady Aki is is kind of kneeling before you all. All of the servants and the apprentices are kind of just off to the side, and her spouse Ken is behind her, and yeah.
Kaizen will kind of step forward and try and, I guess, understand the maybe process a little bit here, trying to see if like he should kneel as well, if he needs to do anything before kind of starting the conversation.
Yeah. Jinx is standing behind the lady. Jinx, the other vixen of this house, a lesser vixen, one of the more working girls, and she looks to you kind of as you step forward, and like you see her like kind of like lean a little bit and be like, hey, you should probably like kneel, and then like bow your head. It's all very, actually, let's see how subtle she is with this. Please be the most obvious thing ever.
If she's not subtle, it's definitely Kaizen is kind of like his eyes keep like darting over there, trying to like mimic
Right.
what she's doing a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Yeah. It's very like, as masterful as a conversationalist she is, it does not take a lot. Like, her overall stance is very much so like up and very professional, but like there is much so like a little bit of a nod, and like she kind of holds the eye contact until you do the like correct thing, and everything, and then she breaks, and then she kind of like checks again, very artistfully done this art, this ability of speaking without words, and everything that the vixens are all so well at doing. But yeah, you are able to kneel before Lady Aki and present this to her. Her husband steps forward and like grabs the box and opens it for her, and as they place the box to the ground and lift up the doll to inspect, it's gorgeous. The style of the doll is very like Kokeshi doll style. So you have this like beautiful, like very simple layout of this doll. It looks like it would have simply been put on a lathe with a beautiful little head of hair that is carved into the wood itself. But the carvings on the dress and this kimono robe that this little Kokeshi doll is wearing has like a massive like tail on it that wraps around, and there's a really tiny fox at the feet of this doll, but then this tail just wraps around and around and around, and so it looks like it could be clouds or like flower petals or something like that, but it's all just going to the base of this little fox. And Lady Aki looks at it and she goes, "It's gorgeous. I again ask for what a generous gift could I potentially offer to you?"
Well, I suppose possibly two, and perhaps we can offer something in return. I've been looking for my sister, and although she's not exactly subtle, her presence has eluded me. I've been told you're an individual that can find things and people, given the right time and resources, I assume.
Yes, I mean, in my business, I do meet with many and discuss and hear and often obtain words that may or may not always be meant for me, but I will happily collect them and add them to the library that I do have. If that's the case, and then she does like a really small little tap with her hands, and as she taps, all of the apprentices stand and leave, and Jinx also steps out, and so currently the only people in the room are the couple of the Fox's Den. So you have the lady and the master of the house, and she goes, "Pardon my needing to clear the room. I have found, even with my most skilled of workers, sometimes loose lips can occur. And the last thing that I would want is any information to get taken out of proportion or of the like. So, yes, your sister. Do you have a name? Is she a worker? Is she... What makes her special?"
I don't exactly know what title to give her. It has been a good while since I've seen her last, but I think the most apt would be freedom fighter, perhaps. Her name is Jiyu.
Ah. Very well. So... Are you a rebel yourself, sir?
I follow my own path.
So a yes, then.
If that makes me a rebel, then yes.
Any river that chooses not to conform to the main bend of the stream is rebellious in its own way and cutting out its own canyon.
Rivers need to form somehow.
Yes. Well, I can tell you this. The last I heard of such a group, or names affiliated with such. I will do a little bit more outreach to the connections that I have. However, you would probably do well to look into. There is a group near, and she kind of leans over, and her husband actually, in this kind of like little kind of table area before you, he waves his hand, and a minor illusion of the Great Valley kind of appears before you all. And she goes, so there was a group that I didn't hear was pushed to Totsu. Some of them were making waves that were not necessarily cohesive with some of the upper management of the let's see, of this particular group. Yes, of the tigers, and the last I heard, they had actually been pushed further into the field, so probably might be willing to investigate over in Kyo. I know that Kyo also has been having work summoned there, and fighters and monster hunters, due to the things that are starting to pour out of the forest. So I'll do some more investigating, especially due to the fact that you bestowed such a beautiful present. The least I can do is make sure that my information is a little bit more solid for you, but I can say with great certainty that for that name of a group, probably heading to Kyo would give you answers without sending you on a complete goose chase.
Well, that's more lead than I've ever had, so it is very much appreciated.
Of course. And you said you had a second request?
Yes, more information. A group I was a part of once has seemingly also eluded me. The Hellhounds is their name. If you've heard anything of that group, or perhaps what happened to them, it would also be greatly appreciated.
She kind of sits and thinks for a second, and she goes, I'm sorry, that one doesn't stand out nearly as much. How long ago would you say certain clans or parties, such as yourselves even, some of the names can fall in and out of fashion or in and out of popularity depending on how strong the group is. The Hellhounds, any idea of a time frame?
Would I know how long it's been?
Because of the amount of time that you had experienced with the river, yes, you would have had an active motion of that.
Okay. And that was like 2 to 3 years, correct?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. It hasn't been too terribly long. 2 to 3 years. Our group was small, to say the least. I was hoping our waves were perhaps a little bigger.
I mean, yeah, in a place like Shinsaki, it's really hard sometimes to make the largest of waves, but again, knowing the name and such, I'm happy to keep an ear and do some investigations for you as your part. And I am greatly apologetic for the Hellhound name. You are who within that?
Kaizen. I was the leader of the group for a time.
And was this a choice or a mutiny that you could say?
We'll say complications. Group didn't exactly fare well with those in charge, similar to my sister.
Very well. Good to know. And was she affiliated?
She was. Knowing her, she very well still might be.
Good to know. Well, then I will do, like I said, more than happy to reach out to the ears that I have to whisper into and see if I can get some more information as far as that goes. I can easily send a message to you all regarding this, but if you are still in town within the next day or two, you might be able to circle back to me and see if there's anything that I can improve upon the knowledge of.
Well, I thank you very much for your time. I think as well, if you have any work, me and my companions, and I'll kind of look back to the party a little bit, looking for work.
Ooh. So, you are mercenaries.
We follow coin, I suppose.
Oh, prostitutes. That was out of character in case it needed to be.
A giant rock falls from the sky and hits.
Boom.
Wait, can I dive under it?
You and your 3 kids.
Oh man, I had such a follow-up, but we're not gonna go there. And she looks to you and she goes, of course. Are you looking for work within the city, work within this house, or work outside of the crater itself?
I've spoken enough. I'll let my companions decide that for us.
Thank you. And she looks to the rest of you and she goes, any preference of them? I have many contacts and they are often looking for some form of employment or some form of means of assistance from the people that I can recommend for them. So what style of work are you looking for?
Can I ask a retroactive question?
For sure.
Can I make an insight roll whenever he said his name, if she had any recognition of hearing the name Kaizen?
For sure.
I also have a retroactive question, and that's just having lived and been active in the crater. Do the Hellhounds, is that a name that would have ever come up in the last 3-4 years at all?
You do a history roll for me, and
Okay.
yeah, Tadashi, can you do, or Ren? Sorry, Ren, can you do a history and insight? Cool. Can I have everyone mute for a second, except for Fumi?
Oh,
I forgot how to do this. Hold on.
the deafen button.
Yes,
There is no deafen button. What's happening?
I can deafen you. Are you good?
Help. Found it.
Okay. So as the name was brought up, you could tell that she was trying to make more out of the question. There is definite recognition there, but it's probably the first time that you've seen anyone within this house like that face of just grace and care like shift a bit. Like it's probably she fumbled is basically the best way that I could word that. So
All right.
So.
All right.
Beautiful.
That is the symbol to undeafen.
Yeah, that's the other
Okay.
one.
Okay. And sorry,
Thumbs up.
you said history.
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm gonna, for shits and gigs, because I never use them anyway, I'm gonna burn a luck point and I'm gonna advantage this sucker.
Okay.
Ooh, baby.
Thank
Tan.
God for advantage. It's a 10.
Within the circles that you were involved in, you were a little bit more on the underbelly side.
I was gonna
of
say,
the
we're more
grid.
cloak and dagger, they're
Well,
more sword and shield.
Right, sort of thing. So the name itself does
Okay.
not stand out to you.
Fair enough, fair enough.
However, like what she mentioned, like there are these mercenary groups and these like adventuring parties that come through the crater all the time looking for work. So like it's kind of like if someone handed you a thing of yellow pages and it was just like, hey, here you go, like figure it out for me. And it's like, cool. Hellhounds 1, the Hellhounds, the hellest of hounds is like almost
The Obsidian Hellhounds.
yeah.
Is there merit in me rolling that if they had ever made it out to my neck of the woods?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do a history. Your DC will be different than
They actually retreated into the deep wilderness to find shelter amongst the Hicks. They were adopted by your people.
No. You were looking for the Hellhounds. I'm talking about the
Dacify.
Hounds.
The wet
The
hounds.
The Basset Hounds.
I mean, my neighbor got a dog.
Sometimes you'd send it after the squirrels.
I do wonder, hearing his sister's name and the fact that she could be going to that area might mean that, like, she's passed through. If she is also a Dragonborn, have I ever met a Dragonborn with that name?
With that name specifically, go ahead and roll. We'll do a history check for you.
She had to do was use the alias of Frederick, and she foiled you right there.
21.
Okay. You know, especially where you had been stationed in Mansai for a minute, you know with great certainty that you have not heard or seen of a style of Dragonborn, and know that with a lot of confidence, because of especially like, Dragonborn aren't like the most popular of race, but it's not like it's there's a whole ton of lore there that we could go into. But the ones that are still around, like it's a little bit more not common. And so like whenever anyone does see one, you expect the result that people have been giving Kaizen. But Kaizen's been probably drawing a little bit more attention to the fact strictly because he's got giant raven wings, and so it's just like, oh, Dragonborn, that's kind of cool. Oh, advanced Dragonborn, that's kind of crazy. Like, is kind of the vibe that you get for specifically Kaizen. So, having a female red Dragonborn come through Mansai, that does not stick out to you currently.
Okay.
But yeah, Lady Yaki looks to you all and goes, I have, as I mentioned, I have work within the city. I have work throughout the city. I have work for coin, work for favor. What would you like?
Ty will do a deep bow.
Mm-hmm.
If the option is there, I'd prefer outside. I'm not much of a city folk myself.
Well, if that's the case, and we all would do well with this, I do have a connection not too far out of Kosan, where a minor friend of mine, he has a particular endeavor that is not going very well due to some nefarious creatures that are coming out from the mine below. If you were to do this, I'm more than happy to have him reciprocate in coin or favor. Do you have a preference?
I don't speak for the lot of us, but coin is what speaks best for me.
Very well. Coin it is then. And she kind of does some quick math and looks to you all and she goes, I do know that for the clearing of this mine, he was offering 150 gold per member. So do with that what you will. Seemed like a fair bargain to you all.
Yeah.
Ty trying not to like hyperventilate at so much money being answered. Yeah, I think
Bro's
that'd be good.
drooling copper.
Yeah, just
And as she kind of like sees the shock and like the realization of like, oh, coin, she goes, now I will say there have been others unsuccessful with this particular endeavor, hence the reason why it has been pressed so hard upon my ear whenever he comes to visit and confide. So that does account for the hazard of this. But if that is the case, I will relay a message to Lord Poe that you all are going to eventually make your way to the mine just out of Posen. And yes, he's a he's an interesting sort, I guess is a good way for me to word that. A very boisterous dwarf is who you're going to be speaking to once you get to Posen. So, but you can't miss his setup. You can't miss his mansion for sure. And the mine accordingly is just strictly at the base of the mountain, and he should be able to facilitate you from there.
Beautiful.
Great.
In terms
Well-
of work within the house, if you might recall, some years ago, you perhaps helped educate a child of the name Ren on some of the ways of manners, and while some may or may not have taken, others did. I am more than willing to pick up where training left off if there is someone who I would be able to host on your behalf or assist in entertaining.
Are you looking to stay then?
No, only on commission if you would need me for something specific. But point being that Lady Aki is one of like 3 people that knows that he can honeypot people.
Right.
he's just saying that he's back in town and he can honeypot if she needs a blonde on demand.
Right, and to which she is saying, "You're currently traveling, yes?" Question mark.
He's saying, "Put me in your calendar," you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And no,
Yeah.
she gets it. She's just
Okay.
like, which is it at the moment? Because if she has work for you, then where
On our visits back to the crater, if you ever need a stand-in, feel free to ask.
of course. And is my mic panicking?
Real quick,
Got real quiet.
can you guys hear in my background people off in the distance are shooting fireworks? I doubt you could pick it up, but you can't,
No.
right?
No,
Okay.
I haven't
No.
heard anything.
No, just those sultry tones of yours.
You.
HR! HR!
Damn, damn.
No, those are his 3 kids.
H and
That's-
R just
Yep.
H&R
Yep.
Block.
yeah. Don't sorry, I tapped my mic as I was hitting things and then my screen freaked out on me. But yes, go ahead. Ooh, let's see if we can do this. Hang on. Let's see how smooth she is. Okay. What's your passive, Rent?
Passive
Perception.
perception is. It's just 10 plus your bonus, right?
Correct.
Yes.
11!
11. You barely see this. She's trying to be extremely subtle, but there is a motion of her hand as she is moving across, and in what you would know to be a style of sign language, she seems to quickly make a sign for leave it, like, and she's very much just saying, hey, cool, I'll let you know, but you do catch that as she is doing things. So and as she looks to the rest of you and she goes, I will write straight away to Lord Poe then, and if there is any other work that you are looking for, please let me know. I'm more than happy to continue to build that relationship with you all. Is there a name that I may be able to bestow to Lord Poe?
The Big Red Dragon and his tiny friends.
Oh god, not Tam throwing us into the what's your group called name.
I still think the Big Red Dragon and his tiny friends.
Nope.
Sincerely, I think that's pretty awesome.
Hey, guess what? I'm the one that has to say it a bazillion and a half times, so no.
I got some really terrible ones I could throw out, but I'm not going
I know.
to.
And hey, for those of you who have not played with me, mostly Jay, you guys can pick it at a later time. We're blank.
Bleh. We
Yeah,
are.
insert
Bleh.
name.
And then it will retroactively be that.
We are
No.
vomit.
Oh no, I gotta
Bleh.
no. You should have we should have got to the point where it's like, what's your name? And then now we go to break, and you have to come up with your team name by the end of the break.
It's a time limit.
Yeah,
Otherwise, Tam decides for us.
and she's got a couple, and they're not
Two.
good.
She's gonna use one of those like kids games, you know, where you can't like
Yeah.
do your name. It has to be like adjective, like
Yeah.
verb or noun or whatever.
Mad Libs.
or you just have the three number slots like an arcade machine of just like, oh, it's amazing. So, just to give a heads up, at some point, if you are all going to continue to travel together, that may or may not come up. So, but as of right now, she will just simply relay that the group and she takes the time to ask all of your names and to be able to provide an adequate description for Lord Poe. But with that, as you start to kind of sense the wrap up of the conversation here, she does another small little clap, and the apprentices come back in and kind of frame out the walls again. Jinx steps in again to just monitor and be of assistance. And Lady Aki goes, well, have it be that if there's anything else that you may need, the Fox's Den is always welcome to you all, especially for those who are willing to make an effort before trying to seek out my presence. Is always refreshing. So if you do need favor or work in the future, please. And she kind of does a little bow to you and then stands, and then is escorted by Jinx out of the room.
And is there a way to know I guess is there a like a seniority or a hierarchy within the attendants?
Yes, from what you have seen, of course you have the Lord and Lady of the house, who are there. The most advanced workers here are the Vixens, and they're the ones that have the orange robes. Anyone else below them, all the attendants seem to be in that cream coloration of robes, with the cream that is adorned in orange versus the orange that's adorned in a little bit of cream, and everything. So currently you are just surrounded by attendants and or any worker that's there, like the lady that helped to clean you all up and everything. Hers was very just kind of a straightforward black. Like there wasn't anything showy or anything. So very much so Vixen's apprentices, workers is
Staff.
staff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, and so Laurel, the woman that I was working with, was
Right.
staff.
Well, she was an apprentice.
An apprentice. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hence the reason she took the time to take care of you and give
Gotcha.
you conversation and a lot of jazz.
Okay. That's all.
Anything else that you all would like to do in the Fox's Den?
Just to confirm, it's like after, not in the afternoon, but it is afternoon at this point, right? Because we assembled in the morning and then they were getting the doll over in the morning, right? Like for the procession.
Right.
So this
If
was happening
anything,
second half day.
It's like late morning at this point. You're probably
okay.
hitting noon-ish now.
Okay. Yeah, then Ren's just going to ask the group as we're exiting, are we okay waiting and departing in the morning for this mine? There was something I was hoping to pick up that, if it's ready, it would be by tomorrow, not by today, and it may still be some days after that, in which case we'd just leave, but I'd just as soon give myself the chance to pick it up before we leave town.
We still gotta go get the moss.
Oh,
Right,
that's in
and
the
that's
opposite
not a-
direction, isn't it?
It's not a whole long way. That's just back up the stairs, and then Waterfall's right there. Or maybe it's at the bottom. We could ask one of the people.
I know
So
a really
we
good.
have something in town still to do.
We got a really good turtle person we know that could probably let us know.
Right,
Get
right.
The
he's
moss,
a-
we need to head even further up the river, though, to finish, don't we?
Oh, the box that he gave us was sufficient enough to keep it.
Yeah, it'll preserve it.
Yes, but
Right.
to turn it in, we'd have to go back.
Right,
Correct.
but I'm saying we get the moss, we spend the night.
And then we just have that ticket
She
on
goes
us
and
whenever.
gets whatever she needs to get. We go to Posan, and then whenever we find ourselves back in Mansai, or if we finish the job in Posan, we head back to Mansai and turn in the moss.
Or
I see.
hell, we could pay someone to bring it back there. I mean, we're doing it for favor, and we've already been half paid for.
True.
But what if they just eat the moss?
Then I'll be very upset and find them.
I'm sorry, that
I
felt
mean,
like
surely
an
it's
unproductive
only a
question.
matter of time before
Um,
we go back, though. Family's there.
True.
Meh.
Bef-
I like he has
Yeah.
3 kids to go back to.
Yeah.
Before we completely leave the Fox's Den, is the master of the house, because he was like posing as the bartender, is he still around?
Yeah. And he himself is in a black
Right.
robe.
Whoa, posing?
Poser.
I'm just, as we're getting ready to head out, I'm gonna kind of walk up to him.
Yeah.
Can I get your ear for just a moment?
And he goes, of course. A coin!
Whoa.
Sleight of hand right now.
But yeah, I don't I don't understand the machinations of this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not much for inner city revelry. Is there is it impolite to tip or a way to sponsor? Laurel was phenomenal, and I want her to know that, and I want to support her in any way I can.
Of course. Through either coin or gifts, both are facilitated through the and he kind of goes and he goes, really, word of mouth for someone in Laurel's position is quite an achievement. So that alone could curry favor for her. We would be able to give her a potential small bonus, or if you would like to leave a style of tip, we can definitely make sure that she receives it directly.
That would be fantastic, and yes, I can spread her word as well, and I will dole out 20 gold and set it on the counter.
He smiles and he goes, the conversation was good then.
It was, and I appreciated that she didn't press when I wasn't keen on what was being offered. She was very attentive.
Of course. That is, in fact, why the apprentices do the work that they do here, and why we do request it for them to live on site. Some time ago, it was we did have a little bit more of a rotation as far as who worked here and of the like, but found that pockets were scorned, feelings were hurt, and trust was lost. And so we transitioned a little bit as far as how we now handle our staff and customers. So to see that confidence building is great.
Yes, I think she will be a valuable asset, and I am keen to support it in any way I can.
Of course. Very well. Well, with your permission then, we will make sure that this is a stipend to her. We will make sure that she does receive the 20 in its entirety, but probably not all at once, just to help build
Of course.
good habits. She's still a little bit young as far as knowing what to do with a pocket.
Yes, it's a skill I'm still learning as well. Apparently, as he flashbacks to the tips he was just throwing at the sprite in the hotel.
Right, and the fact that you just gave this girl who was nice to you 20 gold. And he.
But yes, you all run a tight ship. I trust that you'll handle it appropriately. Just make sure she understands how appreciative I am. I was really enraptured by her work.
Of course. And thank you. We'll make sure that she receives it.
And he'll kind of give a curt bow and head out with the rest of them.
Very well. As you all leave the Fox's Den, where are we going?
To the waterfall.
No, I get the idea, because we could just hit the tail on the way back, but then wouldn't it be simpler just to pick up an in-town job since we're staying in town for the rest of the day?
Well, I thought we were getting out of here quicker.
Well, I would also need to return this robe. I was only really wearing it for this face and for this meeting. So I'll need to return to the tailor from which I borrowed it. Switch it back in.
A tailor, you say? You know, I'm a fair fan of clothing.
There is like a pause, and then Ren's just gonna reach out and like grip both sides of your face, stare you very intensely in the eyes, and just say, "Do you want to meet my Nana?"
We'll swat your arms away slowly. Sure.
They peel off.
Just stopping wet hands for no reason.
Well, if y'all want to go do that, we can meet up somewhere, and I do have a small bit of contacts. I could try to see if there's any fellow rats here that I could possibly snag some missions from.
You and the thing, and you're supposed to bring that to headquarters. Do you remember that?
Sure, I definitely remember that.
I'm trying to be as vague as possible
Oh.
because it's a very important object that I'm talking about
I
here.
remember. Yeah, no, yes, the thing that with the all up here, steel trap.
I'm so proud of all of you. I was literally not mentioning it just to see. And so the fact that it even got alluded to, I'm so proud of all
What,
of
you don't
you.
think we're just gonna spend the rest of the campaign towing around 2 different pieces of MacGuffin for no reason?
No. We're gonna keep splitting the damn party is what we're gonna be doing.
All right, so me and Nori are
I
gonna
thought
go.
Ethan would be proud of me.
There is a part of me that's like, do we just split up and half of us go get the moss and half stay in the city? Surely nothing goes wrong, right?
I was
fuck
gonna
the
say,
moss.
I
We can get the
definitely-
moss on the way back.
I mean, I feel like
I guess we could do our city stuff, go to Posan, come back through Shinsaki, and take the
Go
river
back.
back to Mansa. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ways that you could maneuver this. Like,
I can
Right.
also just DM
So we're
hand wave
starting
returning
here,
the gang, and we
right?
can do
And
tailor
we go
shop things
here,
another time,
and we
then
go
can
back
keep the party
here.
together.
And then we go here.
well, it
So,
also
Pete, take-
completely depends on where Nori is going, because there's a very good chance if Nori is going potentially the place that I think Nori's going, you all are probably going to be. It's the whole, okay, we're gonna go this place, we're gonna go this place, and then you both start walking in the same direction, like that is where I'm picturing happening, depending on where Nori wants to go.
I just was trying to find us a mission for in city. That's because they got brought up.
So yeah, if,
Or I could go grab the moss real quick. I don't care.
Moss man.
No, the moss.
Wait, what was the moss like? What was the compensation for that again?
This is us getting the Kel pelt armor.
That's right. Okay.
Hey guys, I'm the steel trap around here. Turns
Hey
out when you
guys,
edit
I
the
lost my
videos, you know what's going on.
notebook.
right, you actually like remember everything that happened, and it's not just a fever dream that you forgot what
Yeah,
you said
yeah.
20 minutes ago.
So yes.
Nori, you know of, especially with the connections that you have in town, you know that there would be work potentially at the rat headquarters. You know that there would be work at the guild halls. You know that there would be work. Sometimes your grandpa knows. So where would you like to find work if that's where you would like to do?
You know what? A lot of these people aren't from here. We could go check out Gramps'.
Okay.
Do you all want to go see my grandpa?
Mr. Steeltrap, who specifically were we supposed to turn the rock into?
So the rock is that we have two separate pieces.
Right.
We have a very small piece and a larger piece. The idea is that we would take the smaller piece to Rat headquarters because the only people who know anything about it is the Lions currently.
Right. And so we were trying to
Spread
play
the word.
catch up.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
dilute the monopoly on information.
Yes, remember the Lions are the bad guys.
The
Or-
tigers, you mean?
Oh
It's
my.
all the same shit.
Oh, the bears. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
salmon?
We're talking about
The
the fish.
salmon.
Yeah.
The
Salmon.
otters?
The salmon is such a line.
Hey, otters could never be bad.
Never.
Not-
otters and kangaroos, anything that has like a built-in pocket, all marsupials and then otters are all completely great creatures.
Nope. I disagree.
You could never do anything wrong.
You look at what's
Ethan, do we
inside
need
that
this to
pouch.
the documentaries?
Listen, they're cute, all right? Just let me have this.
I'm gonna be.
They hold hands when they're in the ocean so they don't drift apart from each other.
I will say I do actually really kind of need to go to the headquarters. It's been a while since I've actually been in.
Yes, and do I need to like sign paperwork now that I'm an affiliate? Do I get a badge? Do I
Jesus
get?
Christ.
Yeah, I could
Don't
get
you
you a
get a
good
tattoo?
Yeah,
How does this work?
No, I'm not doing tattoos. We can get you a badge.
It's rat spelled R-E-T.
I just think it would, and I
No
disguise
regret.
self, and there's now a rat tattoo on my bicep.
A ratu, if you will.
Oh gosh. Yay!
I think it's good branding. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Listen, it's your body. You do with it what you want. I'm not going to tell you you can't do it. I'm just saying you don't have to do it.
Right. I wipe off the tattoo.
That's true. That's why you never get someone's name tattooed on you, because you never know how long you're gonna stay.
Yeah, I like pull up my sleeve and I have my 3 kids' names tattooed.
What are they? What are they? Spell them. Spell them for us. What are they? Spell them.
I don't know.
There's a fourth one. It's crossed out. It's real ominous.
Oh gosh.
Yikes!
Man, you really
Yikes.
miscarried that joke.
Oh.
Above that
Okay.
one.
No,
Guys,
no.
guys.
Put down there.
Guys,
No.
abort.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey.
Ripcord back and
friends,
plot.
what?
It's
Okay.
only made it worse. Let the
I
record
know.
reflect.
Both of you, I get some freaking important dice. Ready? Hang on. Just
Murder.
watch. These are gonna be the stupidest, best rolls I've ever rolled for anything. Okay, beautiful. I get to use a 2 and a 6 against you both at any given point, because those jokes were the worst.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh man.
Headquarters.
I'll
We
keep that in mind for you, Tam.
Hey, you know what? With my track record, it won't matter.
What was I gonna say? Right. Back to the matter at hand. We're going to meet some tailor, I suppose, and then you two are gonna go to headquarters.
I just look over at Fumi real quick. Be careful when you're in there. Don't ever trust the tailor.
I never do.
Amazing. Perfect. So, we have Nori and Ty going to headquarters, and the Kaizen. Who are you going with? I guess is the important
Yeah,
question.
that was the
Kaizen,
question.
Come meet my
He just kind of
grandma.
looks around like to see if anyone wants
Kaizen,
Kaizen to take along.
wait, didn't you say you are gonna work with the rats?
I never said that.
No, forget them. Forget them. They're doing organization-based stuff. We're going to meet people and get dressed.
Oh, while I'm there, do you want me to see if anyone's heard of the Hellhounds?
No. Do not bring this up with the rat, please.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason
Hush, hush,
why
hush.
you don't want me to do that?
I'd prefer the orders stay out of this.
Okay, fair enough. Walk right
not
in.
like a
Has
big
anyone ever heard of the Hellhounds?
Start putting up
Hellhounds.
If
flyers.
you're with one of the
Hellhounds
orders,
here.
don't answer.
The non-affiliate answers only, please, on a flyer.
You see people in front of a tortoise shrine just covering their ears.
Walking into a headquarters saying, if you're affiliated with this place, don't answer. Have you ever seen these people?
Just the wanted sign that says if you're affiliated, do not read. And then just
Oh, Man, no, I just thought of a ridiculous. So, like, you know how when you would put like on like the 3D, not even the 3D glasses, like the red glasses or like the blue ones, like you could like switch the eye and like see different messages. It's that. Like every single person, it's just like you need a certain set of glasses to read the affiliated.
I don't know. All I can think of is like the King of the Hill bit where it's like, why are you saying the tigers aren't allowed to read that message? You know those kids can't read. It's like slamming it up on the window.
Man. Kaizen, I just love so much that it's like, does anyone want? Please pick me.
You are
like,
wanted at the grandma
Pick
tea
last for
sesh.
dodgeball.
So, I mean, okay, so don't talk about that. Is there anything you would like me to ask them for you? Is there something that is something you need to know?
I would prefer you don't bring up my sister, but if they do
Okay.
have any information on the Hellhounds, I suppose
Okay,
I would like to hear it.
fair enough, fair enough. I won't try to go too far. It's your stuff.
I appreciate it.
beautiful. Let's do Nori and Fumi. Can I have each of you roll a d20 for me, please?
Mediocre.
Better than
Beautiful.
mediocre.
We are going to run to break really quick. But when we get back, we'll start with a trip to the tailors, and then
There's more than one.
in this current situation, technically yes. But then after that, we will get to Nori and Tai going to the rat headquarters and getting some information there. So,
The Underburrow.
break. Yeah. We'll see you all within a couple minutes, and then there's always some dialogue that goes after. Every time I feel like I've given a time limit, it's like, oh, we all get back, and then we vamp.
Yeah.
So.
yes. It's about 10, 15 minutes or so.
we can do a little bit better of shortening that up if you. Taylor's that frustrating for you to have to work.
No.
Okay, perfect.
Definitely not. Unless you're like asking for a bunch of shit in the middle of it.
Right. Yeah.
Here's
Taylor, put up your favorite color. Thank you.
a quick callback. Naked Roll Rats is formerly sponsored by Dasani Water. Dehydrate yourself on this quick break.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Taylor,
during
you're
this break,
saying it wasn't hilarious when I asked you to put a whole YouTube video in the video.
So it wasn't actually as hard as you think it would be.
okay, guys,
there.
listen. Okay, we got to real quick. We actually have a break, and real quick, team names. Let's go. Let's think.
Oh God, that's right. We have the team name.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you all. Personally, with Nori, like he would like something rat related because that's his shtick.
can we angle it towards animal related?
Yeah.
Well, 'cause I
rats.
was thinking the name of the campaign being Ties That Bind. The first thing that came to mind to me was like Convergent Thread.
Become rat.
Crazy
What
name.
about just become rat?
That's it. When you say ties that bind, that's not the first thing that came to my mind.
See, I say become rat for two reasons. One, we already have one rat. We have a
Two
druid
rats.
who can become rat.
I can't.
We have a
become rat.
shapeshifter who is a rat bastard.
See,
We
I like
have
rat
someone
bastards.
with bird wings, which the
Rat
rat,
bastards is actually kind of
kinda
hilarious.
good. That's but that would that be taken already in world though? Because that's like such a gimme name for such a
See, that was
common
that was
No,
my
we could spell it wrong. You see.
Yeah, rat,
the rat
bastard with an
bastards
E.
with an E
Yeah.
or with a U. The bastards.
no. Yeah, one of the A's has a 4.
Oh God. Doing
Okay.
lead speech now.
Yep,
Jesus.
yep. Let's see here.
Shout out people who know lead speech.
So the one that I thought was funny because of what this campaign's based on, the first one that came to my mind was the rat catchers.
But we're not
But
rat catchers.
Yeah. But then it sounds like we're against the rats.
Right.
What
Let's see.
about something like that?
God.
Oh god, that hurts.
It's so ugly. It's so ugly. I love it. It's like a pug.
What's the family name for rats? Why am I drawing a blank?
A rodent. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, like the actual. Oh god, I don't know my genuses and all
See,
that.
because like I was trying to play with something with swarm, because there's always like swarms of rats. Let's see here.
So the scientific name of the black rat is Rattus rattus. That's not
Rattus.
Rattus
Radish.
norvegicus.
Let's see.
Rattus norvegicus domestica.
You got like
So
Rodentia.
yeah, you got Rat Kings. I was thinking, obviously the first one is like the Rat Pack. Like that's all. Like that's like super. This one is so dumb, but the Black Cheese Society. It just made me laugh. It was
That's
so
crazy.
bad.
That's great.
I just want to make a pun with the word rat now and have that be our name.
Was it
Rat turn to sender.
Whiskers and Woe? Let's see.
Okay,
Rat
this
Pack
is like
Steakhouse.
our namesake, you know.
Nah, squad.
Like if people like, hey, if you ever need work done, the rat bastards will do it for you. I don't know.
I don't know. I
The
think
gutter guard.
The gutter guard.
the Sewer Patrol.
The last squeak.
The fat rat.
Yeah, you better call the Fat Rats.
Better call the fat rats.
Okay, this one is a play on it, and it's so stupid. The Squeaky Blinders instead of Peaky Blinders.
Despite our collective rage, we are still
Oh.
just rats in a glass
Ah,
cage.
The squeaky seekers.
Squeaky Seekers.
No.
The Squeaky Shoes.
Squeakers.
The sque-
The squeakers. Squeakers, no!
I really like the gutter guard.
Awesome sized mice. That's two different rodents in one, implying a third.
Horse-sized rats.
Wait, can we just make the entire group name is Would you rather fight one horse-sized rat or 1,000 rat-sized horses? Can that be the group name? You have to say it every time.
Rat-sized horses.
Wait. Our group's name can be a horse named Rat. Jaden's just disassociating from all the bad just over there cooked.
I'm gonna be honest. I still Rat Bastards was the one that I
It's
sent to
not
Ethan.
bad.
That I
It's
was
not
like, that
bad.
was my favorite one. It's way better than the first one that came to my mind.
Depends, because like, what's Nori's goal? Because that'll also shape like how they're like what flavor of rat. You know what I mean?
Who's
Like
the
this-
leader of this group? Can we just,
Well,
pick a
no.
leader?
Yeah.
Well, I think it is Nori generally. I think it is Nori, but also like aside from that, if we're going with a rat naming convention, then Nori's motivations for rat are kind of like most high on the list. You know what I mean?
So literally, Nori is actually trying to kind of pull the rats up and be more than just like the like kind of near the bottom kind of thing. Is like he wants them to kind of be more like prestigious among the like actual like clans and stuff.
Okay.
How about the
then
Cheese
maybe-
Crusaders?
I was gonna say like, what about like the noble rodents or something? Then make it a little more classy. We don't want to be rat bastards. We want to be like upper brow. You know. We definitely aren't in your walls.
Ro-
No, it's,
We
never
can
mind,
be
it's
trusted with all of your cheese and other resources.
Rats of Fortune.
The one that came to
Rats of the
mind was
Caribbean.
it's awful to say, but it would be what, like rodenization, return to rat.
Yes. It's a better
Oh,
version of
God.
Become Rat. because Become Rat just doesn't have the right ring to it.
Because it's a play on carcinization, where everything
Right,
evolves
everything
into
becomes
crabs.
a crab. Yeah.
Becomes
yeah.
crab, yeah.
Rodenization, I actually really like that. The Rodenizants.
The Barrow Barons.
The Bearstein Bears?
Stein.
The Regal Rodents.
Regal rodents.
The Flealess Rats.
Feeless
Get it? Because it means we don't
rats.
run. Because like fleas are bad on rats and causes plague, but it also means like, oh, we don't run. We're the flealess rats. We don't know how to flee. Layers. My jokes are like
happened to that-
onions.
What happened to that party that got TPK'd? Oh, they didn't move. It was against their contract.
Like, oh boy, they went in and like it was a losing battle, and we told them that, but like they're the
They were
flealess
flealess.
rats.
I don't know. Just if we're just playing off of like more than just that though, like I kind of like it just rolls kind of off the tongue. It's not really a play on words, but like the rat dragons.
Rat birds. I love rat dragons.
Dragons
we
actually
could
not awful.
incorporate our fighter and say some rats do have wings. That could be our motto. The rat dragons. Some rats do have wings.
I'm not a rat.
You are now, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you are a dragon, so rat dragons.
Can't argue with that logic.
Rats,
I'll just-
comma, dragon.
It's like in a publication of like a scientific journal, like you switch the name according to which clan you're talking with. Hi, we're the rat dragons. Hi, we're the dragon rats. Like
The Crimson
I don't hate
Dragon
it.
and his 4 little rodents.
We're not doing
I like
a big
I'm
no
very
and
much-
his steely crew.
So, but here's the thing: I'm a very Tom Petty, and you know, I'm very big on your lead and then bandmates type thing. And also, Kaizen's just iconic. I mean, look at him; he's shiny and has wings, and stuff comes out of his face that burns people.
It doesn't.
I was gonna say, I don't. Correct me. I don't think that Kaizen
He
has
doesn't
that.
have
Correct?
he doesn't have a
No.
breath weapon.
No, he does not.
Okay, so I take it back. He's not a real dragon. He's a disgrace. Cut the
Whoa.
wings off.
It's
my
Whoa! Whoa!
You watch your mouth.
Just out of nowhere, like Kaizen just shows up behind Tadashi and just snaps his neck. What was that?
Wait
Quick,
till
before we get back into the session, Taylor, what are we sponsored by today?
Hey, I forgot it in the beginning. Today's episode is sponsored by Eye Protection. Make sure you have it. Hey, OSHA isn't saying it for no reason. I promise you, it's better to look like a nerd than to not be looking at all.
Hey, that's
bar.
good job.
Why is OSHA Taylor Persona from Jersey?
Because all OSHA's from Jersey.
Look, man.
Jersey feels like the least OSHA regulated place in existence.
Exactly. That's why the most of their agents are there.
Yeah, it's a survivor's bias.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Workman is
Oh.
crazy.
I kind of like
Oh,
that one.
Wormwood's really good.
Das Vermin.
The noble vermin.
Rataconda.
Worman kind of fucks.
Das Vermin, but pronounce it almost vermin, you know? A little bit of a German W.
It's the professional version of Rat Dragon.
It's better than doing Rats and Drake and just calling us Rake.
Yeah, if you ever need something done, just call us Rake.
What? Kill our
Word
team.
and-
Yeah, you all would end up at the Fox's Den at that point, wouldn't you?
Our team name is just Jeff. If you need something, call Jeff.
Called Jeff.
Horde and Horde.
That's funny.
Good old H&H. Hey, call up H&H.
I think Ethan's on a roll here.
I
The
think, I
Horde-
think
the
Worman
Horde
is still
would be
my
really
favorite,
funny.
but
I do love Worman.
Yeah.
Wormin.
Guilty.
Whether
Do you
it's
love
wings or
Wormin?
whiskers,
Do you
we
love
all have the gear to get the job done. I'm just gonna make shitty mottos for whatever we pick. I'm making slogans, whatever the
Can we
party
just
name.
walk in Worman? That's actually really good.
We're
Right,
gonna
can we
have
do,
business
uh,
cards. We're making business cards.
I think we could do the Photosynth Kids.
I will call it to a vote. Then I formally nominate Wormans.
So we're like
You gotta put
Mormon.
something
So
in
we're
front
like
of it.
we're like Mormons.
Do I have a second? Yeah, we're like exactly
Yeah, but cool.
the
Yeah,
Jehovah's.
cool vermin.
And
Jehovah
aren't
Mormons.
restricted to only drinking soda.
Okay.
Oh God!
Are we okay?
Great, we did it.
All right.
It's-
Perfect.
Instant adjustment to every tea house that you will ever encounter. It is just dirty sodas from here on
Oh
out.
god,
so.
please.
Oh God, no!
All the water.
Jokes on you. I like a dirty
We'll
soda.
have a seltzer.
Those are flavored as well. Do you want berries or?
I'm just gonna die of dehydration.
Let me just drink some fucking liquor.
Then
I
I'd
mean-
rather starve.
Every
Um,
single dirty soda shop within this world is now canonically named a Dasani, and so yeah.
God.
But you
Oh
just
man,
gotta
I
spell
heard that
it clearly
group
so we don't
Mormon
get-
died. How'd they die? Oh,
Dasani.
they dehydrated.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
they
is-
must have been in a desert. No, they were in a drink shop.
They sat and stared for days.
Everybody's over
I'm
there
gonna
just
say
drinking
Wormintide.
lake
Yeah.
water because they don't want to
2
drink
seconds,
dirty
I'll be
soda.
Oh man, beautiful, amazing, it's great. As well, we'll wait for Taylor to return. But yes, I will hereforth and forever do the Worman currently. If you want to put something in front of Worman, then
It needs something else. It's so rough
I think
right
does.
now.
I think
I'm trying to find an alliteration.
Wild Worman.
I do
I
like
don't think-
Wormintide as like the full name.
Like Regal Worman or like Royal Worman.
Platinum
I was thinking like
Worman.
Roll of Worman or like
the horde thing is also really like the Worman horde would be very funny.
Now that's classic.
that kind of bangs.
Guys.
Great.
We took Rat Dragon and we're making it as bougie as possible.
See, it's just every time I hear it, all I can hear is women instead of wormin. It's just somebody really struggling with women.
Oh, dude, we hate these Wormen.
Dude,
We show up in a town that's radically sexist and they hate us until they figure out that we're actually not named after a gender.
Oh,
I can
God.
canonically say that will not happen in this campaign.
You don't have
And never say
sexist
never, come on now.
towns.
No sexism.
Oh,
This
railroading.
episode is sponsored against
This
Sex-
episode is sponsored by anti-sexism.
as
I would hope every
a
episode is.
as a female DM of predominantly males the entire time that I have been doing this stuff with Naked Roll Rats, I try to not be as sexist as possible.
It's okay, we can do it for you.
no.
That's
No.
I've already given you one portent dice for a terrible joke, Jay. I'm not afraid to do another.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
And with that break, we will jump back into this.
Cut.
And yeah, action. Sorry, that is what I should have said. We cut for break. We need to cue for action. So the three of you are heading to Nana's shop. Not terribly far away. And oh, look at me and my lack of putting on the correct map. I finished it, but it's not here, but that's okay. We will just next time it'll be absolutely accurate. So this lower region here tends to be more of the kind of artisan district. So this is a little bit more of where you find your craftsmen, your skill workers, your tailors, your groups that have a little bit more trade within them. In this lower section of the ring. So we have the agricultural section to the east. This main area, especially because there's the main entrance into the crater is over here. That tends to be where a lot of the local tradesmen occur to be. And so, not terribly far away from the Fox's Den, gosh dang it, Tony.
I was gonna get there eventually. I
know.
Finally...
But there needs to be 4 of you, and then one of you canonically has to die by the end of the campaign. So,
it'll be me.
yeah. For all those that can't see our chat, Little Mormon, I'm guessing is the play off the book that I'm imagining it to be. So yeah, not too terribly far away. Probably within 10 to 15 minutes, you're able to, especially as the day has very much so picked up. Within this region, moving around and having to potentially cut through some alleys and that sort of thing away from the main thoroughfare, just due to the speed of the day and everything. You are able to eventually make it to Nana's shop. The state that you had previously seen it in, Tadashi, it's better. But especially knowing how magic kind of works, it looks like she has employed a little bit of some mending to occur, but has not been able to fix completely the looks like the lock has been put back on, but there's still very much so a little bit of break to the hinges. And that sort of thing. The shop looks functional, but knowing the state that you saw it in the day before, it's an improvement, but it's definitely not the finery that you know it to be.
And did they already come back to collect the order? And that was when this occurred? Or are they coming back to collect an order?
They correct. Yes, they came to collect it by force, and so then
okay. Yeah. He will step behind a changing curtain, and in a single fluid motion, the gown that was being worn will just go like over the top of the rack.
Yeah.
There's a quick shuffle, and the same old kind of portly, rosy-cheeked, shorter human man will step back around, kind of, tucking everything in his tunic back as he steps around, and he will take the gown and kind of smooth it out, put it on, hang it back up and put it on a rack to be washed, even though it's not too worn in, and he will essentially make a big ado and a big fuss helping Nana clean up, but he will first introduce his 2 companions that are there, one of which has exited the Discord.
We will... in the meantime, before we dive into that, because of the technical thing that has happened, hey, Nori, Ty, let's go to you.
Pivot.
Yeah, zoom. Just because Fumi looked so excited to go visit a tailor. And for Nori and Ty, the 2 of you, the rat headquarters is a little bit of a funny place to find, a little bit of a funny location, mostly because it is in this center crater here. The vast majority of the general populace is kind of in the center crater. All of the refugees have been pushed there, or at least the large majority of them, if they're not working out in the fields or within other regions of the city that provide lodging. This is very much so the hustle and bustle of busy city streets is within this center crater. It is not impossible to find the headquarters, especially as you're going around. Go ahead, and the 2 of you, I'll say, go ahead and make separate investigation checks if you want, or together, one of you could have advantage.
Did I accidentally? No, I didn't. Okay. Do you want me to roll it with advantage, or you want to roll an arrow?
Were you muted?
You're muted. I can't hear you.
I sure am. I was saying roll with advantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
beautiful.
Let's see here.
And the DC will be different for you, Nori, compared to if it was
Dirty
beautiful.
20 or dirty, yeah, dirty 20.
Yep. We'll just call dirty 20s dirty sodas from here on out. As you are down within this crater, you know that on a series of like these little shrines that are everywhere throughout the city, there are little rat statues on the shrines, and very delicately you can see that the way that the rat tail is pointed is going to tell you the direction that you need to go. So very quickly you're able to, within the hour, I would say, follow this trail of rats to the main thoroughfare of the rat headquarters. You see a building here. It is unmarked, but it looks like some style of tavern. And in very familiar with what you would expect to see for any kind of meeting location. And with this being a place that you have been before, they can change its location. Hence one of the reasons why you want to ensure to follow the rats to the headquarters. You are both able to enter, and upon entering, you see a couple of figures here. There is a couple, like it seems like there's 2 or 3 humans. It looks like a pair of twins. One of them is wielding a bow, and one of them is wielding has a very like short, fat sword on his hip, and they seem to be talking to a human woman who looks to be a little bit less, as far as like her general garb seems to be more probably what you would assume to be some kind of spellcaster, where she's not carrying like a weapon outwardly, but she has a little bit more of just kind of like a softer garb on her. And they seem to be talking in front of a board. And this board has a series of jobs on it. And on this board, it looks like there are little wooden planks that every once in a while they like rotate. So there's just like 4 sides to each thing, and then it rotates. So there's a different job, and there's a rotates a different job. So you can probably see like 6 of these rollers on this board behind this counter. And it seems like these 3 are actively talking about this job board that is here within the tavern. And as they're chatting, I'm trying to just figure out the best way to word him. Yeah, lithe, I guess, is the best way. He kind of like walks with a little bit of a sway to him. It's almost like his body, like his skeleton moves first and then his body moves second. Like he just is a little bit delayed in his motions. But he starts to talk with these 3 actively about the job board. You would know this gentleman to be this is the job distributor named Pipe. And
what was that
he
again?
tends Pipe, P-I-P-E. And he very like slicked back hair, really simple kind of like get up, very innkeeper in the way that he is dressed, but like just the way that he kind of like leans and talks is a little bit like very animated in his speech and things. But this group he talks with them a bit, and then they kind of go off to the side where there seems to be like some tables and chairs as they're mulling over the jobs that were offered. And he stands to look at all of you, and he goes, "Oh, good day," and like leans forward.
Oh, hello? Hi. Pipe, right?
Yes, and you look like you are here for work. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Fantastic. What can I do for you today?
Listen, I'm trying to do probably what most people are trying to do here. I'm trying to get a quick buck if I can. I'm not going to be in town for long, so I'm just trying to find something that that can be done fairly quickly.
Expedited. I see. Is it just the two of you?
No, we have some other people, but they're off handling some other business real quick.
Okay. So a group of 5 then, I would imagine. At least, or 6 or more?
No, 5 is right.
Perfect. With that being said, he goes and he, like, his hand spins all of them, and you see them lock on a couple of different jobs. And he goes, "Well, there is a artisan up in the upper ring who is looking for some assistant with some bandits that are taking over. He says that they're taking over his shop. He has yet to actually be robbed, so I'm not entirely sure what the deal is there."
Cool, I'll take that one.
Oh, fantastic. And he goes and he actually like hits the he taps on the job, and it opens up kind of like a box, and he reaches in and he pulls out a little piece of paper, and he hands this piece of paper to you. And you see that there is a blacksmith up in the upper ring. And they have commissioned for someone to check their security system and to make sure that they will not get robbed by these supposed people who are going to be robbing them. So if you would like to report, it's called to the anvil, then they will have work for you to do. It says 50 gold.
Okay, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, this is a new member here, Ty.
Very well. Any questions that we can answer for you?
None at the current moment.
Do you need to know about our retirement benefits?
I will awaken mine to Nori. Aren't we supposed to be talking to somebody in a position of power about what I've got in my back pocket?
Yes. We were going to get to that.
I don't think I'm going to be living much longer for retirement or any of that.
I mean,
I live a life of squalor.
To be fair, that is the benefit of retirement, is the fact that you have lived to that age. So congratulations. If you know that you are not going to be able to receive any retirement benefits of being able to retire, then there's no reason for me to list them further than that.
Also, Pipe, have a little bit of information that I need to let someone know. It's of something we found on our last hunt that seems to be of importance. Something I don't think we want to be doing it out here in the open kind of situation.
Very well. And he goes and he kind of jostles over to, on the other side of the counter, there is a door, and he does a series of quick knocks, and there is a little bit of a door that creaks open and goes, I do have some workers here who are looking for some conversation with someone in more of a managerial position than myself. And you see that the door opens, and what seems to be a dwarven woman kind of like sticks her face through the door, and she goes, "Okay, send them in." And Pipe opens the door and kind of gestures and goes, "Please, she will take care of you," and kind of just like settles in and almost like jazz hands the entrance for you all. And
Thank you.
And of course, and I shall be here if you are in need of anything else. And he closes the door behind you all before you hear him going back and conversing with the other group that is here within the headquarters. This female dwarf standing in front of you all, she kind of, there's just like 2 chairs in here. So there's her, and they're like kind of like really plushy armchairs, but they look very, very well worn. And so she's kind of like leaning back and just kind of like resting. And she goes, "Sorry, haven't quite fixed it from our last interview that we had. Please sit."
Sure, yes. So as I go to sit down, I'm gonna say, so real quickly, on any of the recent hunts, anybody who's slain any weird monsters lately, has anyone been finding any weird magical objects?
Aside from like harvesting of teeth and hides and things like that.
No, more
Not-
like this, and then I'll kind of motion the tie.
I will once again pull out the shard one that we got out of the second
Mhm.
hunt. I will unfold the cloth, pop out a mage hand, and just have it kind of lift into the air about
Okay.
a foot and a half from her face.
Okay, as you do that, you lift this up. This dwarf is just like full on like lounging, not really engaged in it. As you pull that out and it lifts, you see her step forward and slam her foot on the ground, and this burst of energy emits from around you all. And she goes, "What are you doing? You don't even know who I am. Hi. Hello. Silence this. Put that away. Give me 1 second." And she very quickly does some magic, and you can see her like actively like messaging out loud, and very not the lesson that Tadashi had to learn of like she's actively like, "Hi, so I need someone up here. I just do. This is above my. I did my job," and she just kind of sits there and then kind of returns to.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I don't like to waste a lot of time. I'm trying to get this kind of expedited.
Yes, you did that for sure.
Cool.
And we will. Cool.
Yes, very cool.
Yikes. One minute, and she goes and she amongst this spell that's still very activated, it feels almost like radio static is like on your skin while this is going on. And she like that just like weird buzz of like when you can tell that like something's going to shock you, it's like that feeling is just hanging in the air with this silent spell. And she goes and she opens up a bookshelf that's behind her, and as she opens it, it has like 5 books on it. It's like not a very well stocked shelf at all. This room was like very, very bare. And a gentleman steps in, and you see that this figure seems to have like dark gray coloration of robes, and he steps in and looks to you all and goes, "Sorry about that. Kimmy, you could step out for the timing. Thank you so much.
Yes,
for
thank you again,
summoning."
Kimmy. Thank you very much.
And she goes, "Great, keep that thing away from me," and like enters into the bookshelf and steps in. And this gentleman who steps forward, he half elf from what you can see. He's not fully like full blown elf, not nearly the point to the ears and everything. But his robes are very much so. Seems to be some style of caster to him. And as he kind of steps forward and he looks and he goes, "Oh, my apologies. This may not be the best place for us to do this, but while Kimmy's spell is still up, we will try to at least hash out the details. Hello, my companions of the rat, I am assuming, for there would not really be a reason for you to be here elsewise."
Correct.
Fantastic. The news that you share.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, I was
go.
just going to say, so so we were on a hunt not that long ago. We found this weird yak monster, very large, very overgrown, stumbling through the woods. We killed it, and while we were disassembling it, found this inside it, and it was giving faint. What was it again? It was
Necromancy and transmutive.
yeah, necromancy, transmutation magic coming from it, and no one really knew anything about it, and so we're trying to gauge where the rat's knowledge is on this.
Yes. So,
As he starts to talk, Ty has not unwrapped it again and not one to make the same stupid mistake twice. In the back of his head, he hears, "Introduce yourself first."
and he looks, and you hear in your head, "You're learning." And the gentleman goes, "Well, let's take care of the formalities first. My name is Tasso. I am what you could say is a specialist within the Order of Rat. I am one of the a researcher isn't the best way to word it. It's more of a I am an archivist, I guess, is a way that we could be taken care of any of the history that needs to be consolidated and needs to be corrected or needs to be evaluated. They send for me, and quite frankly, what you are dealing with is current moving history, and so that is why I have currently been stationed within the crater. I was at one point investigating these things. Some of the creatures that I had seen were from the plains, and they crustaceans that had crawled up out of the ground and turned into massive scorpion-like beings. Beasts of burden that were tunneling into the ground with magical beings of claws and horns and things that were just demolishing parties as they were traveling. I was sent to investigate what was happening to our own adventuring parties that we were sending out for work, and saw things similar to what you have found. And it wasn't at every site. Sometimes it was very obvious that the thing that you have discovered had been looted otherwise. But yes, this is known to the rats.
Okay.
And I appreciate you coming to us about this. There's been other clans and other orders that are not handling this information with nearly as much delicacy as we are.
Have we figured out where these crystals are coming from? What's causing it?
Quite frankly, it seems random and odd. Hence the reason why I simply have been summoned to the crater rather recently, because of it, and due to that increase in monster attacks, as well as the discovery of these and the potential thread that connects them. But to hear that you have encountered a creature such as this, where was it, may I ask?
I pull out a map and I show him on the map where about where we think we would have found the second one.
Okay. And he goes, okay, so it does seem to be...
Can you switch it to the other map real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
So it was around, was it?
So the
it was
first-
like here-ish because it was like
Yeah.
halfway down the river.
Mhm. Yeah, this river, let me see if I can draw this. Oh, this is gonna be delightful. The river like goes, like went up there and then down. So like actually, yeah. And so probably right about here is where that other one probably was.
So yeah, so I'll point to that on the map and be like, and also, so you said you found some in the plains, right? That came up. About where were they at?
The one that couple that I had encountered, there was one between Posen and Danchong, and then there was also one outside of Totsu that I had specifically been sent just due to the travesty of the parties afflicted. There were some that had no survivors, and there were some that did have a survivor or two. The one outside of Totsu did have some reprieve and did have some answers as far as the people that had encountered that monster.
Okay. So with these, when the ones that you found, were they about similar size to this? Do they get bigger than this?
Quite frankly, no. And he goes and you see him do a minor illusion with his hand, and he generates what looks like one of these dark crystals, but it looks like a splinter. It is itty bitty and very, very thin. And he goes, this in fact was from one of those scorpion-esque creatures. It seems the proportion of the stone to the proportion of the body causes a massive amount of effect. So the larger the stone, the more in proportion to the creature that it is infecting, tends to create a rather... For a creature that is about the size of this, and the illusion kind of builds, and you see like a scorpion that's like maybe like yay big, like it's enough to fit in the palm of your hand. He's like, for a creature such as that to be, and better yet of a word, possessed by such a magical artifact, that's going to cause quite a shift on the body.
So, are these becoming more frequent, or did I just stumble upon something that's just been happening for a while?
A little bit of both. It seems to be that whatever is causing this, we're discovering that there's a lot more of these occurrences than we had previously thought. The world is full of scary monsters, and we already knew that to be the case. We are now simply finding out that there may or may not be a connection between some of them.
Okay.
If I may posit a hypothesis, a couple other members of our troop are not present, and among them is a woman of the land, a druid.
Mm.
And when we excavated the shard, and at this point I will kind of again have Mage Hand just kind of hold it aloft.
What's up?
Also, how much larger is our shard than what he had minor illusioned?
Probably like your shard is probably 4 to 5 times the size of the one that he had. Like it like when I say his was itty bitty, like sliver, like if you were
grain of rice.
like almost like if you were to break off like a little chunk of obsidian and how that shatters in that way, like
Gotcha.
like it's bigger than a grain of rice, but like definitely like not large enough that
So you're talking dime size to our half dime.
right.
Gotcha. Okay. So as
That's
I
the
hold it
smaller
aloft,
of our two, right? Was the one that was
Right.
because we have
Yeah,
two. Okay,
the other
so we
one's
have
like
the
a
one that's yeah.
I'm imagining it like a fucking baseball.
Right, and which is closer to the first one, or
Right.
the second one that you guys found was the bigger.
Oh no, that's not good. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I'll remute.
When we were extracting the shard, it was quite close to the beast's heart in such a way, and there's no basis for this other than a conjecture. It almost feels like the stones are being absorbed, eaten, dissolving in a way that makes me think that the longer they're in a creature, the more deadly they become.
That would make sense and match some of the theories that I have been building on my own, and particularly with this creature that I had encountered, to have such a small being of life be affected by such darkness, no wonder it became absolute corrupt and terror, because there was no other option for the small thing. I've seen that beast of burden that I had mentioned. There are some, and he specifically mentions that this beast that you would be familiar with, Ty, across the plains, and especially like within the regional craters of the plains, there are these beasts that they're like horses is probably the best way to word it, but they have two sets, not two sets of hooves. They have the feet similar to that of Nox, so they have the split hooves, but they almost curve so that way they can like dig into the sand a bit. They're a little bit more broad, but like a little bit like they're a lot more lithe like a horse versus that of like an ox. So like these things can run throughout the plains. And he mentions that for the beast that he discovered for that beast of burden, it had indeed shifted, but it seems like there was a little bit more of a will at present. It seemed to be actually, at least from the way that I would imagine it to be, and from the description, it did seem that the creature attempted to fight back from the sources that I was able to gather.
It feels almost like a parasite in the way that the creature knows it's present, but it can't do anything about it. And when I'm not sure what you witnessed or what information for information's sake. When we removed the stone, there was the beast almost deflated slightly. It felt like whatever mutations and arcane influence was there tried to revert.
Right.
Maybe it's because it was already dead, and so there was no more life force to revert it, or I don't know. But it was very obviously foreign to the body of the beast.
Right. As you're trying to forcibly take over and make yourself a new home, there's only so much building material that you would have, to say the least.
Right.
Well, knowing this then, this is not yet something that the rat has been commissioning out, because it's been very hard to describe. And we don't, and as I mentioned before, we don't want everyone, the last thing we want is someone to be treating this as a gold rush, per se.
Right.
If anyone finds out about a mysterious rock out in the ways that is absolutely demolishing and can do absolutely terrible things once, I mean, can you imagine if someone had that within their pocket and then wielded that against others? You could make weaponry out of this. You could do terrible things. You could push your foot against the neck of any person that came in your way. So if your group is up for it, I'm happy to see there's at least 3 other monster sites that I know of. One has already been I know that the creature's been put down, but I know that the party did not harvest the rock there. But there's at least 2 other monsters of current active activity that I've heard within the last 24 hours that are starting to wreak havoc, that they're showing signs of this possession. I would pay handsomely for you to go and retrieve the rocks from those beasts and return it to me, so that way we may be able to continue to research on what exactly these are, as well as just getting it off of the street.
So, about looking at the map, about how far are these creatures away from here?
He goes, here, and I will leave these. And we'll make these in black. Yeah, for
Just-
No
Stone.
option.
yeah. He mentions that there was a beast outside of Kyo. He mentions that there was a beast between the craters of between this triangle crater here, and he mentions that there was also another one, the one that had already been hunted but was not harvested, was outside of Totsu.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'd be interested in probably looking into those. I know there is a chance that we might go look towards Kyo, so we can do that. If we do get any of those stones, how much are you paying for them?
He goes, currently there's a flat rate of flat rate of 200 per job. The size of the stone then increases depending on, like, of course, to account for hazard and that sort of thing.
Okay. So, how much would you pay for the stone that we have?
Currently,
Unless-
this one,
Yeah.
probably 300 for such a stone.
I look at Ty. What do you think?
Think I'm stupid? if there's smarter people who can figure it out, then we need all the information we can get. And he kind of glances at the map at the second dot that they put down. These things are dangerous and they need to be put to an end. Do you have something you can store this in? I'm not sure if you've noticed with the shard you have. Don't fucking touch it.
I think Kimmy reacted accordingly with what happened when she saw we have discovered this. Yes. But yes, there's definitely something that we can do. And as he goes over to the bookcase, he opens it up, and you see Kimmy there, just like holding her eyes closed, and like just kind of has her fingers up, and she goes, we really need to work on a different way to handle this. It's really hard to know when you need me when I have to hold silence up. And I've been trying to keep I've been trying to be with it. And he's just like Kimmy, thank you. And he was kind of steps past her, and this female dwarf just kind of stands in front of the two of you and goes, well, it's gonna be your next, not mine. And then she drops silence. You get the feeling that she has been, and you thinking back on this whole conversation, if at any point that spell had dropped, very instantly it was put back. So she has been attempting to do her job in the best way possible while not being in the room. And as did I say Tasso or Tosa? I think I said Tosa. I've had a dyslexic moment. Thank you. Tosa is, I looked at my notes, I was like, it says Tosa on my notes, but I just wanted to make sure that I verbally confirm that. As Tosa brings it back, he does in fact bring back a little pouch. And he goes, we'll start with this. I'm currently working on a mechanism that may be able to interact similar to that of sending stones, almost a combination of a sending stone and a bag of holding, for you to simply drop the stone into this very small bag of holding. It's only going to fit maybe a foot by foot within this bag, and again, this bag is about the size of your palm. And he goes, that should, if you're encountering anything larger than that, please just send a message to me directly and I will be able to get to you as quickly as possible. But for the means of your current adventuring, this should suffice. But if I am able to complete that work with the artificers that I have been working with, it may be as easy as you go harvest a monster and you can send me a stone and I can send you money on the spot. But alas, progress takes a little bit of time. So in the meantime, please, when you return, present this bag.
Also, real quickly before we go, you were telling me about your sort of archivist status, so you're a bit of a historian. I do real quickly, and I kind of be like, because silence is down or whatever, so I don't want to. So I'm also investigating something. Have you ever heard of a group called the Hellhounds?
He kind of narrows his eyes a bit and he goes,
I'm gonna do a quick detect magic in the room.
Okay. Go ahead. There's no roll for that. It's just poof. Currently, besides on his person, you see that he does have a similar bag on him. You see that he there is a slight pulse of magic from like under his robe. It seems like there is a small book there. But besides that, there's like no other magic going on in the room besides whatever magic you two have on your persons.
Yeah, just the second he starts talking and I know silence is down, I'm checking corners, making sure there's no sensors crying.
Yeah, no little eyeballs in the sky or anything like that. Yeah. Just Tosa, and he leans forward and he goes, so yes. They were a bit of a radical group from what I can recall. Made a little bit of a wave as far as the Order of Tiger, especially. A little bit of a downfall. Fall from grace, if I remember. Shame, really. Last I heard, they were wiped out.
That was the last thing you heard about them.
As far as a job that they did, yes.
Somebody was telling me rumors that some of them survived, and I'm trying to find out where they went.
Well, I will keep an ear out.
Please do.
How about, of course, the more work that we do for each other, then I'm sure that this will be the beginning of a fantastic and lucrative relationship for the two of us.
I very much agree. And then I just go to shake his hand.
Yep, he reaches out and he shakes it too. And it's
Stab him, stab him.
Your hand goes through. It's been a little illusion this whole time. Which wouldn't work with the tech magic up. You would have figured that out.
It's fine. I'm not stabbing this guy.
Rat, quick on the feet. But Tosa looks to the two of you and he goes, the way that you handled yourselves as far as getting that here is admirable. But I would continue to advise a little bit of discretion of just be careful of who you're speaking with, and be careful because we still don't know who is behind all this or what is behind all this. It could be, is the world retaliating against us? Is someone's doing? We don't know yet. So.
Yes, no, you're the first person we talk. But before we leave, real quickly, I know so much. I did promise my new recruit here an emblem of the rat.
Very well.
No, I thought that was. I feel like wearing an emblem for Order of the Rat's kind of fucking stupid.
No, but in case you run into somebody else, you kind of flash it. You don't like wear it out. You kind of like you just see he goes in.
You say stupid, and Tosa like lifts his collar up a bit, you see underneath it's just like rat fabric on the underside of his collar, and he's just like.
Nori does the same thing. Like, what do you mean it's stupid?
No, that makes more sense. I thought you were saying like a fucking badge.
Would you like a badge, or would you like to be more subtle? We could do either way.
Some people do like the badge. It's fine.
I live in the subtlety.
You hear Kemi go, yeah, some of us like it.
How about this? And I will open up the cloak and kind of draw my fingers down the side of it, and there is a very faint pattern of a rat on the inside of my cloak.
Yeah. And Tosa goes, see? Just like that. Beautiful.
Do you just not like handouts or something? I'm trying to throw you a bone here.
I'm not. I live my life in such a way that I try my best not to owe anybody anything. And so being given things scares me.
It's not given to you like that. You're working for the rats. It's part of
Yeah, I'm
the
new to all of this
compensation.
story. It's a whole thing.
It's part of a
I'm working on it.
compensation package.
Okay, give me the badge.
And he goes, Kimmy, and she steps forward and she goes, it's always mine. And she like reaches in and she hands it over. And Tosa looks to her and goes, we get you more always. You just, and she just goes, yeah, it's fine. And, like,
next
just
time
kinda
just have a couple extra in your pocket.
And she goes, yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Stupid inventory. And just like goes off to, like goes back to kind of stand off to the wall. And Tosa kind of rolls his eyes and goes, listen, I'm very, very grateful that we were able to have this conversation. I'm very grateful that we were able to hopefully make some progress as far as this pattern goes. The more information I have, the more I can relate to you. But I will say it with my deepest sincerity. I'm very, very grateful that it seems like you have come out of this unscathed. And I can only hope that you remain as such during the battles that you have ahead.
Working on that part. So
Very
we're
strong.
leaving this with you.
If you care to, I'm happy to pay for it outright right now.
Yeah, I don't want to be carrying this thing around. It's dangerous as shit.
Beautiful. He summons his own mage hand and collects it from you.
I was gonna make arrowheads out of that. No, I'm just kidding.
And you see him say,
I'm just kidding.
weaponry.
I'm just
We're
see
being
you.
proactive about
But
this.
see, I wasn't going to do that, and then you said that. I was like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. Anyway,
That scared
okay.
the crap out of me. I just saw a baby come through my door and into the corner of my eye.
It's
Child.
floating.
Then a dark figure behind that may or may not have absolutely just caused my heart to just drop into my stomach. It's fine.
My child can float. It's a superhero. Okay, let's get the money and then we shall head
We're
there.
talking about possessed things. It was not good for me in that moment.
So they said that they were heading towards a tailor. There's a couple of tailors here, and we could probably find out which one they were going to.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Also, if we're
Taylor's-
gonna look into the beasts, do we have to do the dumb shit with the blacksmith?
We don't have to do it. It was just something quick to get some quick buck. If you don't want to do it, we don't have to.
Yeah, money's money.
Okay, then I guess we'll still do it.
options.
We're putting a lot on our plate here. I want to make sure we've got enough time for everything.
I was gonna say this is classic Witcher where you just collect everything on the board and you're like, I'll get to it at some point.
Listen, a lot of the stuff that seems like the very important stuff is very off in the distance that we can't really handle right now. So trying to fill up our coffers now while we can is probably the best bet.
Fair.
Probably don't be tipping people 20 gold at a time.
Listen. You may not understand the decisions I'm making, but I'm making them Today, I'm making them intentional.
Okay. Today's the day. Okay.
Yesterday was a mistake. I'm never drinking with you again.
Sure.
We say for now.
For at least a week.
Okay. We'll see.
Fantastic. So you all, again, you would know that the majority of like the tailors and that sort of thing would be in the upper ring. of that southern section of the Upper Ring. And as you all start to make your way that way, we are actually going to pause there, and we'll start off with Nana and the Taylors next time. But ta-da! Thanks, everybody.
That was what, 300 gold for the shard?
Yes.
Right. Just 60 gold a person.
No.
Oh, okay.
Are they not going to tell us that we were paid for it?
You don't know. You were there. You weren't there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is Nori and Ty combo just gonna go a little splitsies?
No,
We'll
I don't.
find out.
I was gonna say I don't think Nori or Ty are the type to do that. I again,
Wow.
I'm-
If-
150.
again, I'm the worst rogue.
If anything, Nori's gonna brag about it somehow, like in some way of just. And
Yeah, we try to hide that, and 3 days later we're all drinking, and he's like, "Hey, remember when we got paid 300 gold for the shard?" And I'm like,
Right.
"What the fuck are you talking about?"
And Ty is just gonna tip every single person, and you guys are probably gonna realize that you had an additional 300 gold after it's all gone.
Listen, today was intention. Today had meaning. I promise.
It was beautiful, and she's gonna be so excited. I'm so happy for her, and it's gonna be great.
No, listen, it's called making connections. You guys wouldn't understand it. This is the long game.
Yeah.
That's
You're
genuinely
playing
what it
God
is. Like I can go into detail, but
You're
Networking.
fine. I'm just playing. Well, thanks
No, it was-
everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, and we will see you all on Wednesday. Well, you'll see these tomfooleries on Wednesday. And
You
then I
might
will
you
all
might see
again.
you might see Tam. We'll see.
You'll
See how
probably see a lot of
Might see a
Tam
couple.
on Wednesday.
I was like, you'll see how my week goes. It might be Tam.
Right, and it'll be great. We'll find out. But yeah, and then we'll see you guys all again this time next week on here. But thank